Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 and our playthrough with France as we attempt to become the most democratic possible and, well, hopefully defend ourselves against the almighty German war machine. This video is kindly sponsored by Paradox Interactive, and if you would like to play Hearts of Iron 4 for free this week, there is a link in the description. Also, the new expansion that actually improves France in many ways, La Résistance, is also coming out, or has already come out actually. So you can check that out as well through the link in the description. Otherwise, there we go. I'm actually kind of ready to get my my next research slot. I personally feel like once we get that, we are going to be rolling. We are going to be absolutely rolling because we will have 5, and that basically increases our research speed by such an insane amount because we're going to be able to research so many different things. And it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Oh, okay. Italy announces claims on Yugoslavian territory. That might be a bit problematic, but maybe not for us. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. There's the 5th slot. This is great. So now, what do I want to do? Well, we've got this almost done. Oh yeah, so now all of this stuff is increased by 100% because we have that nuclear research national focus that has increased our speed of researching this. So it's still 2 years ahead of time, and it's still going to take 628 days, but it's there. So if you wanted to, you could do that. I'm personally not going to. I think it's probably not really the best idea for me, so I'm just going to go for dispersed industry. It's going to take 320 days, but I'd rather do that than something else. And what do I actually need to do to get that? Oh, I need to go defensive focus, don't I? Yeah, I need to go defensive focus, and then I think I need to get one of these things right here. Do I? Oh, I can't remember where I get that. Where I get the increased bonus that I'm looking for. For the land doctrine. I think it's probably somewhere else actually. There it is. Yes. Okay, there it is. That's not what I'm going to be getting, so I can't do land doctrine in this particular playthrough, but that's okay. We're just going to continue focusing on infrastructure and things like that so that we can just continue to outpace our opponents as much as possible. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to even be able to do that, but we will try our very best as we continue to go down here. And I think I probably need to start building some planes, to be fair. So let's actually start doing that. So let me actually just see. Build aircraft. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to go and I'm going to get the interwar fighter, I believe, because I kind of want it to do air superiority as much as possible. So I'm going to do that. And we're going to have one factory on that. So let's just reduce this by 1. And there we go. All right, so that's going to do that. It's going to make 1 to 2 per month. We might want to put some more on that. Maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe we can just leave it where it is. And where is it actually going to spawn though? That's the thing. We've got to kind of figure that out. Well, whatever the case, we do need rubber as a result of that. And so let's have a look at our trade screen. Where's the trade screen? There it is. Okay, so we have 37 rubber right now. What we can do is we can actually bring some of that in from elsewhere. So technically I could get that from the UK, but oh no, I can't get that from the UK. I'm actually looking at the wrong tab. I can get that from British Malaya or the Dutch East Indies. I can actually get that from the UK, so I think that might actually make sense. So I'm going to buy a couple of that. Boom. That is going to use a couple of our civilian factories, unfortunately, which is certainly not something I want to do, but it's kind of necessary if we're going to continue building airplanes. Oh yeah, we also do need to get some fuel as well. So we're going to probably try and get some oil from the US. Look at the US. They're exporting a whole bunch. So let's buy 24 of that. As you can see, look at that. My fuel is going to be starting to go up, or at least I hope it will, because we need a pretty large stockpile of things. And now that we're starting to kind of venture into the land of creating aircraft and things like that, I probably will need to get some research focused on oil synthesization. Ugh, Yes, yeah, pretty terrible of me, isn't it? Okay, so let's continue to get some more of those because we've stockpiled 55,000 infantry equipment. So I think we're okay with that at the moment. I think we're okay. We're not the best because I could have much more than that, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see. Yeah. Anyway, more military factories are now free. So let's actually make this 5. And we'll see how that goes because I want to try and have air superiority as much as possible. I don't want to, bomb things that quickly, really, but I want to try and defend myself as best as I can. All right, so let's see what I can do here. Let's get construction 3. It's going to take 300 days, however. That's such a long amount of time, isn't it? It's just going to be insane amount of time to do that. Ah, here we go. It begins. After a successful coup d'etat by the local Nazi party in Vienna, the German troops have crossed the Austrian border and taken control of the country. No fighting has been reported, and the German soldiers were greeted by cheering crowds in the cities. In a speech before a massive crowd at the Heldenplatz in Vienna, is that Heldenplatz? Yeah. In Vienna, Hitler announced the Anschluss of Austria, annexing the country into Germany. The oldest eastern province of the German people shall be, from this point on, the newest bastion of the German Reich. Okay, so this violates the Versailles Treaty. And, well, bad things are going to be starting to happen, no doubt. Anyway, let's continue with our industry. And as I say, even if Germany wants to attack us at some point in the future, we do have those land forts along our border, which is going to significantly reduce the effectiveness of their attack. So I can only hope that that will happen, and we will have a decent enough shot of defending ourselves. And yeah, I'm hopeful that we will be able to get 150 political power relatively soon, so that I can actually start getting some war ministers and getting some democratic people in, and just increasing our government stability as much as possible. All right, so here we go. More construction needing to be done. So let's build some here. Why not? There we go. Now, hopefully, once all of this is done, by the way, the world tension is now on 24%, almost 25%. So it is creeping up, it's creeping up. Because bear in mind that Spain is actually still fighting. Look at this. They are actually still fighting each other, as far as I'm aware. Yep, look at that. They're still fighting each other. They are not they're not having a good time, that's for sure. They are certainly not having a good time. I wonder when they're going to be finished. Who knows? Okay, so otherwise, if we go all the way over here, you can see that actually France does have a variety of different territories as well, but I have decided to be a little bit lax with these. Oh, they got submarines. Oh, I should probably tell these submarines to go elsewhere, to be honest. We should probably tell them to go... where am I right now? Oh, there we go. Okay, so probably tell them to go over there. And these guys also? Oh, wow, there's actually a bunch that I haven't even... Oh, I didn't even know about these. Okay, so all of these will be moving over here. I think it is probably a good idea. There we go. Wow, okay. Did not realize that we had so many ships elsewhere, because otherwise I would have told them to go elsewhere much, much quicker, but okay. Free civilian factories, alright, so let's see. What else do we want to do? I guess we can start building in the 70% regions. Oh, this also could have something done with it, so let's do that. There we go, and we've got some more research as well. Alright, so we can now start to do decryption, which is frequency analysis and stuff like that. Not entirely sure if I really want to do that right now. We could do radio detection, which enables radar stations and things like that, which does give you intel and stuff. I actually don't really know what the radar does that much, but we're going to do it nevertheless because we might need it. Might be something that would be quite useful to the Allies and their efforts to defend us, yes. Because hopefully they'll be able to defend us a little bit. Maybe. Maybe we won't even need them. We might not even need them. Anyway, the people that are actually being built or recruited and trained, should I say, in Paris at the moment, they will be placed into their own army and then they will be added to the field marshal as and when we need to. Let's do this. There we go. Unfortunately, I think the colonial areas I'm not really going to be using, so it might very well be an absolute mistake to construct things here. As you can see, look at this. Yeah, so these things right here. I mean, they are adding bonuses to our efforts. In other words, they are making it possible for us to have additional factories in those areas, which is actually fine, because that means that we can then put those factories onto creating more and more weapons and stuff like that, and that actually does make a bit of a difference. So maybe that's okay. Maybe that is okay. So let's just put this up to 45 right here. And we're still good. All right. Now, this is where it truly begins. There is a justification of war goals against us. And yeah, you would expect it to be Germany, and they are doing exactly that. All right, so now we're going to have to get prepared. Well, I'm kind of the most prepared that I can be, I guess. Oh, and it seems like the UK is actually sending over a couple of troops. Not entirely sure where they're going, though. They seem to be hopping over a couple of islands and going somewhere else. And we no longer get the effects from the strengthened government support, which means that we no longer gain stability, but we are gaining quite a bit anyway, as you can see right here from factory output and so on and so forth. And, well, we're not getting stability from that, but our factories are being a little better than what they were beforehand. So let's continue to get some research here. Radio detection is going to be done in a second as well. There we go. And we could now technically do decryption, or we could do some other stuff. What else do we want to do here? 0.45. Could do resource gain efficiency. But I think I'm going to go for production efficiency cap, just in case we actually start to get our factories doing something amazing. But once Germany has their justification done, which is of course going to take about depends on the defensiveness or the size maybe of the country itself. But I have seen justifications of about 200 to 300 days, and that is just an approximation. It could be sooner or later, dependent on a number of factors, but the point is that they are definitely going to be attacking me relatively soon. Thankfully, we didn't have a civil war, I gotta say. I think that was actually quite nice, because if there was a civil war, then I believe that this area right here would have transferred into the communists' hands, and then we would have had to fight them ourselves, which is probably not the best at all. Okay, what do we have going on here? What is actually happening here? Oh, we have what? We have a problem? Okay, so apparently we have a bit of an issue here. And this is actually giving us a disadvantage? Why is this? It's because they're actually starting to build forts along their along their line there as well. Okay, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to delete this order right here, and then we're going to tell our guys to kind of get back, and then what we'll do is I'm probably going to try and see if I can construct some land forts. I probably should have been doing that beforehand, but let's just have a look here. Maybe some here, maybe some here. Yeah, but as you can see, they are actually building land forts themselves, and that is causing a bit of a problem for us, isn't it? Yes, it is causing a big problem. So construction, I need to move these to the top, and hopefully they will be done relatively soon, because let's face it, I need more military factories than anything else. Oh, how many internationals will there be? Oh well, never mind, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so bad things happening. German demands for the Sudetenland region of Czechoslovakia. Ugh, yeah, I'm terribly sorry about my pronunciation. Where a significant number of ethnic Germans live, have come to a head. Adolf Hitler has positioned forces along the Czechoslovakian border in preparation for an attack. Talks are being held in Munich between Britain, France, Italy, and Germany in the hopes of negotiating a peaceful end to the crisis. The British have made it clear that they have no intention of going to war over a quarrel in a faraway country. Yes, of course we would. Should we follow their lead, or will we honor our obligations to Czechoslovakia by offering them our support? Alright. Wow. France supports her friends. We can gain stability, but we are going to leave the Allies. Unfortunately, as a result of that. I can't do that. I can't leave the Allies, so I'm going to have to leave the Czechs to their fate, unfortunately. I didn't want to have to do that, but if they force me to decide between that and this, then I kind of have to do that. Alright, so land fort construction speed. We are definitely going to need that. 70 days it's going to take. Okay, German demands have intensified. At a summit held in Munich, Germany, Britain, France, and Italy sought to find a diplomatic solution to the so-called crisis. Okay, yes. For Mr. Chamberlain spoke to crowds in London. For the second time, a prime minister has returned from Germany bringing peace with honor. I believe it is peace. Oh! So they're actually they're not deciding to do that. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting that they're actually backing down as a result of that. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so now what you can do is you can actually go for a fallback line. So this is a single-use defensive order. Fallback lines are useful for positioning divisions for defense, for example, behind a river or somewhere else in friendly territory. And what I'm going to do is I will try to put a fallback line round about here. Because this is behind a river, as you can see, and that might actually provide us with a good deal of defense. I kind of wanted to fight them on the front lines over here, because that's where all our land forts are, but the plan said that it was pretty bad, so I kind of didn't want to do that, you know? I didn't want to put ourselves in too much jeopardy. So we'll see whether the fallback line is actually going to help us more than hinder us. But as you can see, we're building these things relatively quickly, I think. Yeah, we're not doing too badly with those. It is taking quite a while. Alright, so I recently unlocked infantry equipment number 2, and as you can see right here, I'm going to need 59,000, almost 59,000 for upgrades for our troops. Otherwise, they're all going to be using infantry equipment 1, which is absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that. But what we are going to need to do potentially is actually reduce the amount of interwar fighters that we are building. So I'm going to reduce that to 2 factories building those things, and then we will increase the amount that is actually working on this, and hopefully that is going to help us out, because we're building 185 per day, which is, I gotta say, kind of decent considering we started with 6 military factories and now we have 48, so not bad. I mean, not bad considering, but hopefully that is going to help us out with the what's actually happening with the war justification, by the way, because they were doing it, but now they're not doing it anymore. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Really not entirely sure. Okay, well, maybe we should go for a non-aggression pact with Italy. No, that's never going to happen, is it? I guess a non-aggression pact with these guys. Oh, well, that actually makes no difference at all, because as you can see, we're already in an alliance with them, so it's absolutely fine. But yeah, this is going to be quite interesting, because I have no idea what Germany is even thinking right now, because I actually thought they were going to declare war against us, but maybe it's going to be one of those times when Germany might just be like, we have a massive war machine, but we're just gonna relax and we're not gonna do anything. No, that's not gonna happen, is it? My Alpine forts have been completed with the national focus. We have begun work on improving the fortifications of the Alpine line. When these new defenses are finished, the Italians would have to be mad to cross the border. Let them come. So we're going to be adding 2 land forts in a province in the state, which is really, really nice. So that basically means that, where is that actually? It's around here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here, as you can see. So this is the actual state. And then you have a bunch of provinces in that state, and as you can see, land forts have been constructed all along the border. So that's obviously going to make things quite difficult for them to cross if they do decide to actually attack us. And otherwise, we are going to now extend the Maginot Line, which is going to build forts along here. Or at least it should, I guess. Anyway, research, more research. We need more research, 1.92 years. Wow, that's actually a huge amount. That is a huge amount. I really, really want to do that, though. I really quite badly want to do that, but unfortunately I don't think I will be able to. Anti-air upgrade. Let's go for that. It's only takes 72 days, really. That's such a quick amount of research right there. Oh, yeah, and I've also realized, by the way, playing democratically, what we can do is we can actually go for army reform, and that will give us a 2 times 100% research bonus for land doctrine, which basically means that if I had gone down this route right here almost immediately, then I could have gotten my land doctrine researched relatively quickly, but unfortunately I did not see that in time. So now it is going to be a bit of a race to see who will attack first, and also to see whether I will actually get to the right thing. Anyway, we actually have 163 political power, so it is probably a good idea for me to either get a theorist, which is going to increase our army experience gain, land doctrine research speed, not really important, but nuclear research speed might actually be something that we will want to go for eventually. But I'm thinking political power gain might be nice, trade deals, infrastructure, like for example this is really, really good because that increases your construction speed by such a great deal. Maybe we want to do something like that. Or we just want to go for more stability. I think we'll go for more stability by getting democratic increases. I don't know whether that's actually the best idea, but I'm going to do it just because I kind of want to have an increased amount of stability to give our people more efficiency in the factories and things like that. So hopefully that will help us out quite a bit. Otherwise, let's continue to do the research along here. And we'll cross our fingers, I suppose, and hope. Now we have a little bit of a drama here. German troops have crossed into Bohemia and Moravia, ostensibly to restore order to the regions in the wake of the collapsing Czechoslovakian government. In Prague, the occupying forces announced the creation of an autonomous protectorate within the German Reich. With German support, Slovakia has been declared independent under the leadership of Joseph Tiso. The nation of Czechoslovakia is no more. This isn't what we agreed on, apparently. And we are now extending our Maginot Line as well right there. So we are going to be gaining 2 land forts in a province in the state, and a bunch of land forts basically. And otherwise, we are now going to be attempting to try and get the land doctrine increase speed. And we also have another victim of Mussolini's ambitions. So that's also going on here, as you can see. Yeah, we've got some all kinds of stuff going on. All kinds of stuff. All right. Well, otherwise, I'm actually looking forward to seeing what happens now, because I don't think the justification is still there. So, kind of weird. I would have expected them to attack almost straight away, but apparently not. Apparently they're busier elsewhere. No. Oh dear. So the Italians have now joined the Axis powers, and they are expressing many conflicting interests, apparently, particularly in Austria and the Balkans. This has not, however, prevented the country's foreign policies growing ever friendlier towards each other, and negotiations are underway for a pact that will, quote-unquote, protect common interests. If negotiations are successful, we could see an alliance that will be able to exert great influence in Central and Eastern Europe. We will keep an eye on the situation, apparently, and we are now done with our national focus, so we will continue to go down that line and try to focus on defense as much as possible. Diplomats from Germany and the Soviet Union concluded what observers are describing as a historic agreement today with the signing of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, named after German Foreign Minister Joachim von Ribbentrop and his Soviet counterpart. Oh no, these names. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at these pronunciations. Anyway, this non-aggression pact stipulates that neither side will ally itself to nor aid an enemy of the other. Foreign diplomats warned that this treaty effectively gives Germany a free hand to wage war in Europe without having to fear Soviet intervention. This can't be good. No, it certainly can't be. I guess we're getting closer to the inevitable. Alright, now thanks to recent research, I have now increased my artillery production by 100% in terms of research. So we now have the ability to research these things at such an insane rate that I should be able to gain such great bonuses that anyone that tries to attack us right now might very well get a nasty surprise, or at least I can hope that that might be the case. Anyway, you can see here that England has actually come in, UK has come in and is actually standing on the border right here. And there are Italian troops also walking around the border here too. And I'm actually wondering whether I need to get back onto these land forts or something, because it might very well be the case that having a fallback line is maybe not the best idea after all. Let's actually see whether... Actually, wait a minute. I don't even need to delete this, do I? I don't think I need to delete this. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a front line and a fallback line. And let's see whether that makes any difference. So let's put that there. And they will not move over there. Oh, okay. So let's delete that. And then we'll see how that goes. So then they're all going to go over there, aren't they? Yeah, this is bad. As you can see, they actually say that this is bad. So they're saying that inferior enemy gives us 80% extra, but they're fortified and they have a large river crossing and things like that. So I think we're just going to go with the same plan that I had beforehand. Oh, but now we can actually start doing atomic research, and we have 100% increased on that, and we are only 0.23 years away from getting that, so 212 days it will take. Considering the demands, it seemed inevitable. Poland would be forced to cede Danzig to Germany, and a Polish plenipotentiary would be sent to Berlin to negotiate further terms. Ignacy Moskici. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry about that. Pointed to the German Reich's recent actions when stating that it was obvious Germany would not be satisfied with Danzig alone. German and Polish forces are prepared for war, and reports are already coming in of clashes on the border. Once again, there is war in Europe. Germany has ignored every warning, apparently. Okay, well, we are almost ready for our army reform, but unfortunately, I can't do... No, I need to do all of these? Are you serious? Do I need both of these at the same time? No, requires one of the following. Does not have national spirit, just disjointed government. Can I not do it then? I mean, I don't think I have disjointed government, do I? Do I still have that? I do. How do I get rid of that? Oh no. Okay, well, I actually anticipated being able to take this, but unfortunately, this focus will cancel if the requirements are not met. Right, so I'm not entirely sure. Ah, this is how you do it. Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, it's been very interesting seeing what I can actually do and what I can't do. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, what else do I want to do here? Well, there's a bunch. There's all kinds of different things. I could go for decryption. I could actually go for radar, I guess. I guess we'll just go for radar a little bit. But yeah, now things are happening. Although many have wished for a long-lasting peace in Europe, a recent turn of events has left Germany on the path to war once again. Despite clearly violating the Treaty of Versailles, German troops have mobilized and are ready to go on the offense. German officials state that they will no longer keep the Rhineland demilitarized, arguing the need to protect German citizens in the area. This may be the beginning of another great war. And Poland has now joined the UK as the allies, I suppose. And does that mean that I should probably go over there and help? I don't think I can go over there and help that easily, can I? Once I help. Okay. I guess we'll do it. Alright, so let's see if we can do something about that. So let me see here. Let's just tell these guys to go over there. We'll tell them to do air superiority and everything. And boom. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Oh, apparently we can't do anything else. There we go. Do we actually need to... Oh, look at this. I can actually add some more people. Oh, okay, that's pretty fantastic. Good. So that's helping us out quite a bit, hopefully. And there is a war of justification against us or allies as well. Right. Good. Yes, they're actually starting to do that. Okay, so now it is time for us to actually go in, but I don't really want to do that. I kind of want to stay back. But it seems like I need to. I did not want to do that. I wanted to stay defensive, but okay. I guess we will go for the front line. I should have just stayed at the front line, shouldn't I? That would have made the most sense. So let's go there now. We've got mountain infantry as well. Land lease, yeah, sure. Just take that. Why not? Okay, research. What are we gonna do? I think we need some more industry. 1.13 construction. Yeah, I'm gonna go for construction 4. I think, even though it's gonna take 328 days, I think it's kind of worth it. And otherwise, let's see what happens. My planes are flying around. I'm being bombed from all sides, but apparently are we doing okay? No. I don't think we're doing okay. According to this guy down here, we're not doing okay. So, I hope that we're actually defending ourselves a little bit. Aren't we? I hope so. Let's just activate that, and then maybe they need to be activated so that they can actually fight back a little bit. But yeah, we need some more research. Okay, so what else can we get here? Okay, so we got even faster research speed, which is just crazy good. Okay. I guess we'll go for encryption, even though I'm not entirely sure what that does. But yeah, okay. The fall of Warsaw. Oh dear. Poland did not stand a chance, and they have already capitulated. Okay. Okay, so now they are pressuring Benelux, which is obviously Belgium and Luxembourg and so on. Okay, this might be bad. This might be bad. Okay, so maybe we should go for a offensive line. I don't really want to do this because pushing in to an overwhelming area here is not going to be good for us, and especially considering they have land forts and everything, it's going to be really bad. I have low manpower as well. My war support is 80%. Do you think I can go and do some conscription things? I need to go for all adult serve, but I need 450. Oh no. This is bad. This is bad. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to defend this. Where's England, by the way? They seem to be here. They actually do seem to be here. The UK is helping us. So let's see what happens. The USSR is now occupying eastern Poland as well. Oh, they're just piling on, aren't they? They're just absolutely piling on. But we seem to be doing all right for the most part. Okay, so we have a couple of extra people over here. I guess we will just create another little area there. This is a general. It's going to take a bit of time. 100 days. Okay, sure. It's going to take him 100 days to get there, but that's fine. Then let's take this guy, put him in there. Boom. And we need him to go over there as soon as possible. So he will follow that order, hopefully. Okay, Netherlands. Is he not following that order? I'm actually kind of surprised that he's not following that. Okay, well, I'll just tell him to go over there manually then, I guess. My stability is really bad as well, by the way. As you can no doubt tell, my stability is at 26% because we have now entered wartime, I suppose. And we're doing okay. I think we're doing all right. We don't seem to be losing that many... Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yeah, I should have actually remembered that Italy is actually a thing. And they are murdering us in every single way. Norway is now joining. But yeah. That is my bad. I did not prepare enough. That was the thing. I did not prepare enough whatsoever, and I needed to do much more in regards to preventing Italy from coming in from the side here. I should have definitely stationed probably like 2 divisions over here or something like that, but I was really just trying to get as many people recruited as possible, but it's very difficult. It's very difficult as France, you know? Very, very tricky indeed. Now my national focus is done. Yeah, see, now that's the thing. I made a huge error by not getting army reform sooner. And if I had done that, I think we would be in a much better situation now. But yeah, as it stands, Italy is just absolutely running wild right now. So I'm not entirely sure what I can do to even stop that, to be honest. Because the front line is here. I don't really want to delete the front line, because if I delete it, it's going to make it so that they can just literally run towards us and then just murder us in every single way. So I don't know, but we're gonna have a fallback line around here, and we're gonna tell those guys to all fall back. But the problem is that Germany is now going to take that very easily, because we are basically leaving UK soldiers back there, and that's not really going to work out. But if we can stop... Oh wait, we need to protect Paris, don't we? Oh yes, let's actually do that, shall we? Okay, so we need a bigger fallback line then, I suppose. Let's try and extend this over here. There we go. That seems pretty good. Let's try something like that, and maybe that will actually stop them from attacking us. But yeah, I mean, stop them from advancing at the very least. I mean, I think my units are doing okay, you know? I think they've got some pretty decent technology on hand. But I think in general I dropped the ball in quite a few different ways. But That's the cool thing about this game. You can play it from any different angle. And if you would like to check it out for the free week, there is a link in the description. And I'm actually going to just let the game run a little bit because I'd like to see what actually happens. As you can see, everyone is getting absolutely massacred right now. And I am not really able to do much about it because we are on the defensive in such a great way here. And I could have done this much better. Bear that in mind. I definitely could have done this much better. But I did not have sufficient defenses, and that is causing a great deal of problems for us. Absolutely. I could change the fallback line around here. Belgium has capitulated as well. Let's change this to go around here maybe. But yeah, Paris has fallen. As you can see, Paris has fallen. There's just too much. Yep. As you can see, there is just way too many forces from Germany and Italy coming in here. And oh, the United States actually wants to help us out a little bit. That's actually quite nice. But yeah, I think that is probably going to be it from me and this particular playthrough with France. I tried, but it did not go well. It did not go well. Let's just say that. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.